Hey guys, my name is Ellen Fox. Welcome to my channel, and I know I look like a freaking ghost. There are so many things wrong that I don't even want to count them. Like my color corrector broke down, I was traveling a lot, I literally slept through like the entire day, and everything is packed away because I was traveling, and there was so much wrong that I cannot even believe that I'm sitting here right now looking like a freaking ghost. So let's not talk about it. Let's talk about episodes 7 and 8 of 2521. But before we begin, I would like to say a little prayer that hopefully by the end of this week, I would be on track with all the TV shows. Like seriously, I'm so behind. I'm talking about episodes 7 and 8 while we're about to get episodes 13 and 14. Like, oh my God, I am so behind. So really hope that I get on track. And also check out my edits. I have 2, which you guys, come on, go check out my edits. I put a lot of effort on them. So yeah, the links to my Baekhyun Jin and Hee-do edits will be in the description box. And let's begin this review. Earlier on in the series, we were shown that Hee-do is a very careless person. Like, she has a very carefree life. Her mother is strict, but otherwise we are shown that, she is always running around and just reading Full House and just enjoying life, whereas Yurim belongs to a rather poor family. We are often shown that she has a lot of problems and that Baekhyun Jin's family had to sponsor her. So through this, fight, when they showed Hee-do's problems, when they showed her sadness, what she had to go through while she was fencing, that was so amazing because they also showed us like just because Hee-do looks carefree or she's like, a little more childish or she is rich does not mean that her life was very easy. She also struggled with fencing. She lost her dad. She faced she was not making any progress and she had like literally the worst coach. So it was really amazing to see, both of them stories and show us like their problems might be different. But that does not mean that they don't have problems. Everyone has problems of their own sort. So to see her struggle sometimes, to see her, strike 3 times in a row, it was really good. I don't know what to make of this. I mean, Ji-won was obviously supporting Yurim. That makes a lot of sense. But Baekhyun Jin was only supporting Hee-do. And that kind of felt wrong to me a little bit. I mean, I get it. He's very close with Hee-do. He has seen her go through a lot and everything like that. But he has known Yurim since they were little. He has known Yurim through more. He knows more about Yurim than he does about Hee-do. So to see him like really stress over Hee-do losing, like I'm okay with him stressing over Hee-do losing. But every time Yurim scored a point, he was not happy. He was literally emotionless or even like stressed during those times. So I think I was a little sad about that. Like if Baekhyun Jin had not known Yurim, then it would have been okay. But like he was just, it was like I was a little bit offended. And like I hate Yurim. I literally hate her. And yet the scene was kind of unfair, with Baekhyun Jin just only caring about Hee-do. The girl ate dinner with you once, and you tell the entire world the amount of rice she consumes. Whoever wrote this scene is a literal genius. Because at first, in the last episode, they show us that Yurim is ready to crush Hee-do. She's like, I am not going to enter this arena thinking that I'm about to face my childhood nemesis. No. I am going to win this gold medal. But then Yurim is winning and Hee-do is going through all these emotions and she's losing and winning and everything. So Yurim reached 14 points and then Hee-do gave us this move. And now this move not only was very important for Yurim because if she had struck, she would have won. It was also important because it was a very tricky move and that obviously threw Yurim off balance. And then Hee-do proceeded with breaking Yurim's sword. We all know how important Hee-do's sword is for her. Like, she literally ran out of town to get that sword. That's how important the sword is. And even if, Yurim's sword did not hold any sentimental value, it still matters because she practiced with that sword. She played with that sword all those times. She probably won her last gold medal with that sword. So there were some emotions attached, or there was some muscle memory attached. So the change of the sword also added to the whole thing. And then, my God, Yurim, I felt bad for her in that moment, but I also didn't, because immediately afterwards, she lost all the respect that she had gained for herself. Oh my God. I literally watch this scene once a day, at least, because it gives me goosebumps and fills me up with so many emotions. But we'll talk about that later. Firstly, we have to talk about the fact that while the Empire was making his decision and announcing it, when you look closely, Yurim looks very worried, whereas Hidu is already, she has her arm up in celebration, she knows she struck. Now, I don't know whether Hidu is wrong or Yurim is wrong. I don't know who struck first, but I do feel like Hidu did strike first, because Hidu's not the kind of person who would, lie about it, but Yurim kind of is the person who would lie about something like this, because she is that kind of a person. I mean, she has proved over time that she is a horrible, terrible person. When it comes to it, she can be that person. So that was there, but then the Empire announced it, and the way Hidu celebrated, I mean, she has screamed many times before, and I have told you guys how much I love it when she screams, but she screams in her victory, and the coach is constantly hyping her up, and together this scene is so freaking beautiful. She won the gold medal for international games, and it looks like she won it. And my God, the music, everything about this scene was so freaking perfect. It makes me want to achieve something. Baekhyun and I are now in the same boat. Both of us look at Hidu for inspiration, for motivation. My God. And speaking of Baekhyun, his way of celebration was also very well written, because he is a very silent person. So he didn't scream. He just got really teary-eyed, and it was just amazing. Everything about this scene was so perfect. And Yurim protesting also made a lot of sense. That's just the kind of person she is. At least towards Hidu. I mean, she is generally a good person, but every time she's around Hidu, she's like, I'm a completely different person.
우림이 지고 싶어서 졌냐?
I was expecting there to be a fight, a physical one, but thank God there wasn't, because these are not the things that you fight upon. Come on.
너무 기쁘고.
I know she was very nervous, but I really expected more from this speech. She should have mentioned something I'm really happy that my coach trained me a lot, or I'm really happy because I really, wanted to win this gold medal for my father. She should have mentioned her father at least, or something. There was nothing about this little interview that was worth anything. I mean, she was nervous, yes, but I was expecting a little more. But, I guess maybe she was nervous, and she was looking at Yurim, and Yurim was very sad, and she has loved Yurim for so long. So maybe it makes sense that she wasn't able to say much. But I do wish she had mentioned her father at least. The fact that no one knows that Hidu is her daughter, my God. What is wrong with this lady? While watching the scene, I was expecting Hidu to leave the medal, because she is that kind of a person, and then she did leave the medal. So that made a lot of sense, because to her, the medal did not mean about winning this piece of metal. No, she wanted to win the honor that came with it. She wanted to compete at these games. As she has mentioned before, she likes fencing, not the appreciation that comes with it. So obviously she likes appreciation as well, but she wanted to like win the feeling, not the medal. And now that feeling is gone. So she dropped the medal. But the one thing that surprised me was the fact that the coach did not take the medal. Like, he left it. I was like, sir, you wanted this medal all along, and now you're not going to take it with you? Like, just take it. It is your medal. Come on, take it. I was expecting him to take it, but he didn't, which did not make sense. Like, boy, sir, take it. Serious question. Does UBS News only have one reporter? Only one anchor? Like, I just want to know one thing. Why is it that every time there is some news to be delivered about this lady's family or friends, she is the one they bring in, and she's like, okay, I will be professional and I will deliver this news. Okay, lady, okay. You want to be professional? Got it. But let's talk about the fact that you are literally never personal. When was the last time you acted like a mother or a friend? I mean, if you had been acting like a mother and a friend for so long, you had been doing so much for the coach and your daughter, and today you were like, no, I cannot continue doing this. I will be professional, and my daughter was in the wrong, then it would have made sense for you to be delivering this news. But no, the lady literally only cares about her job, and that's it. And the fact is, it wasn't even a make or break point. Like, if she had refused to deliver this news, she would not have lost her job. She would not have lost her reputation. She could have just simply said that I have a sore throat. I cannot deliver the news. Just call in sick. You are popular enough. You have the power to not deliver this news, and yet you choose to deliver it. That's not called being professional. And if, like, let's say that she had done it. Okay, cool. It's a part of your job. She didn't even call Hidu. She didn't even ask, like, how are you, my child? Should I come pick you up? Are you okay? Should I send you some money? Get yourself some dinner? Nope. None of that. She didn't even ask the coach to take care of her daughter. She didn't do anything for her teenage daughters. That girl is a literal child all alone in a world that hates her. And she didn't do anything.
No, actually, I'm a broadcast journalist.
Honey, we always appreciate Korean actors talking in a different language, especially if that language is English. Like, we melt and we're like, marry me. Both Baegi Jin and Yurim's father are perfect examples of how a person should behave when their loved one is broken, when their loved one loses their honor or loses a game. That is nothing to be proud of, Mr. Ji-woong. On which note, he hasn't acted mean towards anyone yet, so I don't know what you're talking about. I did not know this trend existed in other parts of the world, but I think it is a very cute trend. As long as both parties are okay with it. Like, in Turkey, oftentimes, people would like just start calling someone yenge, which is like sister-in-law. Like, your brother's wife is called yenge. So, like, friends call each other as like, oh, you have a crush on that girl. From now on, we're gonna call her yenge. But I think it is only okay to call someone that as long as they're okay with it as well. So if Yurim is okay with that, then I think it is very cute. But otherwise, I think it is very rude to be just going around calling someone your mother-in-law. Have you ever traveled towards home and the closer you get, the less happy you feel? Because you know the moment you enter through that door, all that happiness is going to be taken out of you and you're going to be filled with disappointment.
마음고생이 얼마나 많았어. 어?
It's always nice to come across some elderly people. They're always so nice. I mean, some are very bad, but most of the elderly people that I've came across are always very nice. And I remember this one time I was like taking a picture and this man walked past by and he was like, such a beautiful smile. And I was like, you too, sir. And it was just so beautiful. Like, it's so nice to just have tiny conversations with people who are just nice. He shook her hand. He finally succeeded at shaking her hand. He didn't even give her a chance to think or refuse. He just shook it. Congratulations, Baekhyun, you have won. It's not even Daeun loves Baekhyun, no. It is Yijin hates Daeun. That's more scandalous. The amount of respect this girl has for Baekhyun is what I aim to achieve in life. Like, my God, she respects him to no blessed end.
안녕하십니까 선배님.
그대로 엎드려서 저.
This 100% is the best scene in these two episodes. The best scene. Honey, I can assure you this woman is only a news anchor and not a mom. Like, being a mom is like on the bottom of her priority list. Like, that is if it is on the list. Like, being a mom is like the one thing she never does. Did you though? Because it didn't look like you did. It didn't look like you were regretting anything at that point. Like, it didn't look like it. If you had regretted it, why not call your daughter? For the love of God, lady, do you not have her number? I wish I could say I do not relate to that, but I do. This one time we were traveling back from Alexandria to Cairo, which is like a 4-hour drive, and my mom's colleague was with us and she had to pee really bad. So she was like, stop, 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 I have to pee, I have to pee, I have to pee. And the first restaurant we saw, we stopped there, and without asking where the restrooms are, she literally ran up a flight of stairs and to the main hall. So I was right behind her. And we go up there was no restroom there. We went to another hall, there was no restroom there. So then I asked someone, I was like, where are the restrooms? And they said, in the basement. So we climbed down and the flight of stairs, then go down a flight of stairs into the basement. And at that point, the lady was losing it. So she ran into the restroom, and right after she did, I saw that there was a men's room sign outside. So I pulled her out and literally yeeted her into the women's room. And like 20 men saw us do that, and it was very embarrassing. And it was like the middle of the night, and it was like New Year's Eve. I have been wishing for there to be a hug for the longest time, and this is what you give me. I mean, after this, I'm not even sure if I want a romantic relationship between the two, because that was a very friendly, even brotherly thing to do. I mean, sir, I get it. Like, sometimes you really want to touch someone and you're like, okay, I cannot hug them because that might get awkward. So you do something which is socially acceptable. So he did what was socially acceptable. But like, sir, I can assure you that Hedu and you are like close enough, and the girl literally went through a lot. So like, if you hug her, she would appreciate it. And she kind of wants to be hugged, because like even her mother is not around, and you two are really close and you're like the best of friends, and she has been listening to your tapes, not even the bad sort of tapes, like from 13 Reasons Why. No, these were like she was remembering you, and like this is some soulmate shit that you're sleeping on. Every time Baekhyun is talking to someone that is higher in rank than him, or someone that he is afraid to talk to, or just, he's in a difficult situation, he gets the same expression on his face that he did back in the army, and it breaks my heart.
그런 건 아닌데 다한이는 안 왔어요?
God, I love this scene. Where's Daeun? Another one. And she was the longest. Like, okay, in those 22 years of his life, how has he had the longest and the shortest girlfriends? Like, what does the longest mean? 9 months? A year? 2 years? Like, what does longest mean? How many were there? Out of all the things that I thought that could have possibly shocked Baekhyun so much that he started crying, it was a broken window. that did the job. And Suwan took the blame. My god, she is literally the best character. Yes, please, carry me as well. I would have done the same. If I was in Ji-woong's place, I would have done the same. Please. Girl, that's literally bad manners. You do not just lick your chopsticks and then pick up from a pile of things. No, you use the back of the chopsticks for that job. You don't. It's basic manners. You do not kick the reporter that literally saved your daughter's honor. What is this lady's problem? My god! That talk about killing two birds with one stone. You cheer him up and you get the stickers and you don't have to eat all those cakes. Like, that's 3 birds with 1 stone. I have to appreciate Yurim for not being a spoiled child. Because even though she's a gold medalist and everything, she still does not even demand new gloves, which is like very nice of her. I mean, that is what I've said previously. She is such a nice person towards everyone else. So her behavior towards Hidu does not make sense. Like, she just hates Hidu. But she is a good child at least, so I have to give her that. And she has really good parents, so I'm really happy that she at least has a good family. Even though Hidu's mother, like, my god. Let's talk about the choice of words. It is my advice for you to stay away from Baegi Jin as a fencer. Does Baegi Jin have something against fencers? Like, is it wrong for fencers to date Baegi Jin? Like, or were his previous girlfriends also fencers? No, that can't be true. No, he did not know anything about fencing, so I don't think his previous girlfriends were fencers. But still, like, why would the code say that as a fencer I would tell you not to be with Baegi Jin?
나를?
Every time Baegi Jin looks at Wahidu, it is literally the sweetest thing because he has so much love and everything about his expressions is just so lovable. Like, can you imagine somebody looking at you like that? My god. It's literally the sweetest expression. I was like, how was he thinking about her? I mean, he was on a call, an office call, and he was thinking about Hidu. And then he brought that newspaper out and I was like, my god. 8 episodes in and not a single romantic scene. What do you want from us? But then also that also raises the question, because by the end of this episode, Hidu thinks that she has been talking to Baegi Jin this entire time. So like, sir, you have also been in online chat rooms and your spelling skills are quite great. So Hidu, put the 2s and 2s together. This man is not the person you've been talking to this entire time. All the ice cream scenes were very adorable, but I'm not going to show all of them to you because copyright. But we have to mention yet again that every time Baegi Jin looks at Tahidu, my heart melts. It drops and rises and all sorts of things. And I have never been in true love like you have. Girl, what makes you think that he was in true love? You are literally the only person that makes him smile. And that counts for nothing. But recently Baegi Jin has been smiling more, which I'm really happy about, so. When they showed Yurim from the back, for a second, I thought it was Hidu, and I was like, oh my god, she's attempting to be a grown adult now. But it was Yurim, thank god. I cannot imagine Hidu being so professional and so dressed up. But it was Yurim, she's ready to meet Hidu, and I was not expecting the meeting to go the way it did. But I was happy to see that it went the way it did. I was very disappointed in Yurim yet again. Like, girl, this is some soulmate shit that you're sleeping on. You have been talking to this person for so long. She's literally your biggest fan. She gave you that umbrella that you held on to for so long. She had been leaving drinks in your locker. In the beginning, Yurim did not know that she had been leaving those drinks for Jiwoong. So, like, you literally have, and you met her before when you were like child fencers, and like there is so much going on between you two, and you're like, nope, I don't see it. The universe is trying to throw so many signs at you, and you're like, no, no, no. Why do you hate Hidu so much? But I am really glad that Hidu thinks that it was Baekhyun that she had been talking to this entire time. I mean, when she finds out the truth, obviously she's going to be angry. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. And Baekhyun should not lie. But I am like so desperate at this point for some romance that I would take whatever I can get. So that was it for this video. Really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, give me a like. Also comment below and let me know your favorite scene from these two episodes, and also subscribe, click the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload, and also follow me on my Instagram and Twitter. They're both at @elniffox, and check out my edits channel. It's at @elnifedits. I have a lot of 25-21 edits over there, so yeah, go and check those out. And thank you so much for watching. I'm the only Elniffox in this world, and if you have some time management tips and tricks, leave them in the comments. If you have any ways on being more productive or just anything of the sort, leave them in the comments and I shall be very, very grateful. Thank you so much for watching, and bye!
It's when we leave and all I really wanna know. When we leave and all I really need to know is when we leave.